How's it going, everybody? This is BeatTheBush. Today we're going to talk about savings accounts. A lot of people actually don't even know what their interest rate is. And if you don't know, it probably means you're getting something on the order of 0.01%. It's pretty much close to nothing, because if you put $10,000 in a savings account with a 0.01 interest rate, you're going to get $1 a year. Now, when you look at savings account, there's an APR term and APY. APR stands for annual percentage rate. That's the actual interest rate that you get. And APY is kind of like a compounded interest included thing. It looks at annual percentage yield, that's what it stands for. At the end of the year, effectively, including all the compound interest, how much would you get in terms of a percentage? So usually APY, it's just a tad bit higher than APR. It really doesn't matter which one you look at. It's just a different way to look at the same thing. So we're gonna look at how much you get in terms of $10,000 chunks of money that you put in there. At 0.01, 0.03, you'll get $1 a year or $3 a year. These are normally the savings account like Chase and Bank of America, all the commercial ones that you can actually walk into a store and get a savings account. Now, these are so little, $1 and $3 in comparison to 1.05%, which is $105. This is $100 difference per year. And if you look at it, what are the kind of people that would get the 0.01 and 0.03? The people that might not have that much savings, or the people that aren't too on top of it, getting the highest interest rate that they can. And I'm sure plenty of people put more than $10,000 into a low interest rate yielding account, and it's just a shame because they're just throwing money away. Whenever I look at this percentage, this 0.01 thing, it's just so ridiculous to me that, I just have to laugh at it. Like every time I see this 0.01, I just go, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. How much do you have in there? You got, $10,000, $20,000 in there at 0.01. I'm like, how much you're earning per year on that? Like $1 or $2. This is so stupid. Why do you have your money in there? When I talk about, oh, you should, use one of the online banks, it'll get you like $100 per $10,000. Usually what keeps people from getting that is the hassle. Because you actually have to go online, sign up for the account, wait for it, and verify a bunch of things. It'll take maybe like a week or two to finally get it to a point where you can actually put money in and start generating good interest. Now, there's another thing is you don't want to put your money in random places where maybe the bank could go out of business, even though it's FDIC insured. FDIC insured is like federal deposit insurance, something. Historically, even if the bank fails, you would actually get your money paid back. But if you look at how long it'll actually take to get you to get paid back, it usually varies, maybe 3, 6 months, 9 months. But sometimes if you need the money and the bank goes out of business, you can't tap that money until they give it back to you. So there's a little bit of risk there, even if it's FDIC insured. Now, Synchrony Bank actually has the highest savings rate right now at 1.05%. When I first looked at the bank, I was like, what the heck is Synchrony? I kind of remember they actually issue a lot of the credit cards from Amazon. Amazon uses Synchrony Bank as the credit card issuer, and as well as a lot of the retail stores that has their own store branded credit cards is actually Synchrony Bank. So it's a pretty big bank, pretty respectable. So I have a good feeling that they may not go out of business too easily. I actually have a Synchrony Bank, and I'm actually currently earning 1.05% interest rate in that. Today is July 2016. It may change as the interest rate changes, but usually they follow the interest rate. If it goes up higher, their interest rate will go up higher. Now, I haven't had Ally Bank. I'm sure it's pretty good as well. But if you're starting to get a new account, why would you get something a little less, right? Just go with the Synchrony Bank and get as much as you can. It's the difference between when you put in $10,000, do you want $105 or do you want $100 per year? I also have a Discover Online savings account, and I've had this for a really long time, and I've been getting good interest on it, 0.95% every $10,000 you put in, you get $95. Now back to the point of these banks having savings account that are 0.01 or 0.03, it's kind of like robbery. It's really annoying to me that people would actually go and sign up for these accounts and let the bank take their money away from them just because they don't know any better, or maybe they're lazy of getting one of these online accounts to maximize their savings. So leaving your money in there and not earning the $100 is kind of like losing $100 a year. Now the way to think about this to get you to sign up for one of these online accounts and earn a lot more interest is that the sooner you do it, the more interest you're going to get. This is only for 1 year, right? Imagine if you did this 10 years ago, right? You're always on the lookout for a high savings rate. You did this a long time ago and you've been getting $100 extra a year. So 10 years ago, if you had $10,000 in there and you waited 10 years, you would have had $1,000 just from doing nothing. So the earlier you switch to a high interest rate yielding account, the earlier you're gonna earn more interest. And the thing is, this is not just a 1 year thing. This is not just a single bonus. Some of these banks have sign-on bonuses or whatever. I'm not gonna talk about those because they change all the time. The earlier you do it, the longer time you have to accumulate the interest. This is a yearly free money here. Every year you're going to get $100 free for doing nothing. Now, if you do it today, you can start spending that money every year doing whatever. You could just save it or whatever. You see my point here. The last thing I want to cover is that a savings account holds your cash. It may be obvious, but you need a savings account to hold cash so that you can use it anytime you want. You don't want to put it in something that's slightly less liquid, such as the stock market or something, because if you do that and the stock market goes down and you end up needing to use it, maybe you need to put a roof, some remodeling or something, then you actually have to withdraw from the stock market account, and if it happens to dips a little bit, then you have to withdraw from that account, which forces you to take a loss. So there's some argument about holding cash, like cold hard cash, not in any other forms. The really close relative of a savings account is that you might deal with CD, certificate of deposits. A lot of times at the big banks, the CD rate is terrible. Now, CDs, when you actually buy it, you have to put money into it and you have to wait a certain amount of time, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 1 year, 2 year, 5 year, 10 year, some period of time. Usually the longer period of time, the more interest rate you get. Bank of America has a CD of 0.07% if you put it in for 1 year. Now you might want to ask yourself, why the heck do I want to lock my money in there for 1 whole year and you can't take it out? You can take it out with a penalty, but yes, it's a little bit more than these guys, maybe twice as much, but it pales in comparison to what you can get at an online account. Now, the online account is a lot more liquid than a CD. You can take money out, put money in anytime, and you will not get a penalty. Whereas on these big bank CDs, you would actually get a 3-month penalty if you do an early withdrawal. A lot of times when you put money in and it's in there for 1 whole year, for myself, I really don't know how much I'll need 11 months from now. Things happen and sometimes you just need the money. You put it in there for 1 year and you think you won't touch it, but 11 months in you're like, crap, I need to buy a refrigerator. And then you end up going, crap, I'll just take that penalty, 3 months penalty, and on the $10,000 CD at 0.07%, that's $7. You just have to pay, I don't know, like $2 penalty. It's like the interest is so little that the penalty is even smaller. So looking at another CD, Chase has a CD for 10 years at 1.05%. Now this is a really, really ridiculous here because you put it in for 10 years and you get 1.05%. Now, look at right here, it's 1.05% at Synchrony Bank. I can put money in, take money out anytime I want, and it will not get locked into 10 years. 10 years is a long time. Like, you know, a lot can happen in 10 years. I'm just putting this here to show what a terrible deal this is. And actually people, you know, people buy this stuff. If they don't know about these online savings account that yields a high savings rate. Idea is you can have your money liquid depending on where you put it. And you don't even need to put it in a CD. So that's all for today. I hope this was useful. If you have some money parked in a big bank getting like 0.01%, 0.03% interest rate, I urge you, please, go down in the video description below, check out the links. I'm not sponsored by, you know, those banks or anything, those online banks. And get yourself a, you know, high yielding savings account, plop your money in there and be done with it. Do it as early as you can, because the sooner you do it, the more money you're gonna earn. Don't forget to give me a like over here, comment down below and let me know what interest rate you're currently getting. And don't forget to subscribe over here. Thanks for watching.